Hey guys, it's Megan from Hawaii. I was just doing a video here for you guys of these beautiful coral and blue nails. If you'd like to see how to get them, then keep on watching. Hey guys, so I'm just starting off on a new set with my daughter here. I'm just cleaning off the residual cuticle that's on the nail. This one here has a little bit of acrylic left on there from when she ripped them off. Sorry, had to fix my camera. She likes to rip off her nails and annoy me about it. So then we're going to go in with some NOS 99 from OPI, which is rubbing alcohol, 99%. And we're just going to push back some more of the cuticle here. I just kind of wanted to show you what the process is and how I do this. So using the cuticle pusher that I've purchased from Born Pretty store, and then here I'm using my rounded drill bit on a very low speed, and I got this with my nail drill from Amazon. We're just going to take off that residual and then kind of scuff up the top of the nails. Alright, I like to go ahead and brush off the dust with a nail brush. It's just a standard one you get in a kit, so I don't remember where it's from exactly. And then I'm going to chip off some of these cuticles. If there's anything left on her nails, she's one of those types that will chew off those little bits, and it'll allow the acrylic to lift, and then obviously she pulls them off. So we're just going to do that. And just make sure that everything is okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue on her nail tips. I'm using Bondini nail glue, brush-on nail glue that I purchased from Cosmoprof. And these nail tips I've purchased from a local beauty supply store, so I can just refill them. Their bags are pretty cheap. And I just make sure that I fit them to the nail because again, if she has anything that's lifting, she will rip them off. And I'm just going to show you a little bit of how I put the nail tips on. It's not something super extensive. It's not something anybody else does different. And then here I'm just going to trim them down to size. These 3 fingers she wanted pointy, and then she wears contacts, so we have to make sure that the first finger and the thumb are really short so she's still able to grab the contact and put it in her eye. And then her other thumb on her other hand is short as well because she uses it a lot to text. So then I take a pair of small scissors and I just chip off both ends, the corner pieces, and then file those into shape to where she likes them. And then the first finger and, well, the index finger and her thumb, we put those in an oval shape and round it out so that way she's, again, not tearing up her contacts. Okay, and then after this, I'm going to go ahead and buff the top of the nail and smooth the line of the well on the nail tip. I just want to make sure that this is flush with her nails. I do anything I can possible to make sure that the acrylic adheres in a smooth and even shape, as well as making sure that there's no corners for her to pick at. The tips on her nails, like I said, were from a local beauty supply store, and they're a little bit stronger than other nail tips that I've used in the past. So we're just going to buff those off and make sure that they are smooth with the natural nail bed without causing any friction or heat. Her fingers are very sensitive, so I don't want to make any ring of fire on her nail. So then I clean off the dust again here and dehydrate with Band-Aid from OPI. And I just make sure that I put 1 coat on And then right after that, I use Bondex from OPI to prime the nails, prepare for acrylic application. Okay, so we're gonna start in a kind of weird pattern because I'm really doing this step by step off of the other hand that I've already done. She likes to touch things. So on the pinky finger, I'm going to put down, well, on all the fingers actually, I make sure that I put down a thin layer of clear acrylic, just to make sure that when I go to do the new set, I can take off the top layers without going into the natural nail. And this just adds a little bit more strength as well, bonding the natural nail with the nail tip with that clear acrylic. So we're just going to go ahead and apply that, and then I'll be right back. So we finished that clear layer, and now I'm going to go ahead and start on the ring finger. We're just going to use this pigment from ASP. It's just a blue pigment, and I take that straight with a wet brush here on the tip and just kind of blend it up as evenly as I can. This is going to have a glitter applied on top of it, which again is, this one's from EzFlow, and it's Sapphire, I think. I don't remember. It'll be in the picture at the end of all the products that I use. I think this is actually part of the Mardi Gras line or Boogie Nights, one of the two. So then on the thumb, I'm going to apply this EzFlow glitter acrylic mix. And it's this beautiful coral color with, looks like mylar glitter in it, but it just sparkles when it hits the light. And then on the middle finger, I'm going to do a reverse French. So I'm going to apply the nail bed color, which is Warm Pink by CND, and I'm going to apply it close to the cuticle edge and then shape it in the form that I want it. I'm going for more of a pointy look to go with the tip style as well. Once this dries, then I will go on it and I will file up the sides just to make it more even and more straight. And I'm applying another bead because it wasn't as thick. When you go to file the nail, you want to make sure that you have enough of a nail bed on it so that way you can drill down and it gives you a crisp line. So now on the ring finger, we're going to start with that blue pigment again. This one is just going to be fanned up just like we did on the first finger. So that just takes a second. I let it sit a little bit and then make sure that I have an even coverage on the whole nail. This one is going to be a fade with the coral acrylic that we put on the thumb, so I have to let that blue pigment dry. Now I'm going to do the same blue pigment on the pinky finger, and this one I'm going to use the EzFlow Sapphire, just raw glitter. So there's no acrylic added in there, it's just raw glitter. So then I go back to the ring finger and apply that coral color and blend it down. This is like a fade, or the, well, what they're calling the baby boomer with the white and the pink. This is just a fade ombre look. And then here I am applying the sapphire glitter. Like I said, again, it's raw glitter. So I try to make it as even as possible. If you do get some on the cuticle, because there's no acrylic on there, we're able to file that off later, but I only have a little few specks, so I'm actually able to clean that off later, and I believe I do that off camera. And then I go back, like I said before, and I file up those lines so that they're a crisp line on each side. So when I file down the top, it gives you that perfect smile line in a V. And then we're going to take the glitter that we used on the first finger, and I'm just going to put it abut to that new smile line that we added to the nail. and just make sure that I have it evenly on each side. So that includes the left and the right. It's not gonna have, it doesn't have to look perfect because we're going ahead and filing down the excess of the smile line area, but you do want to try and make sure that it's all the way up there into each corner, and it just makes it so that there's a smooth application. So I'm cleaning off my brush. I cleaned off my brushes and made sure that I grabbed my clear acrylic, and I'm just going to apply close to the cuticle and blend it on down. We don't need a whole lot on this particular nail because we are just covering the entire nail. So we're building the structure with that clear acrylic. And then on this one, again, it's another thin layer. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch me do this, and then I'll be right back. And this is what they look like once the acrylic has set. So here I'm going to go ahead and file around the cuticle area. This is a cone-shaped safety bit that I purchased from Todak USA. Love their bits. They are so nice. They are so workable. And this one in particular has that cone shape, so it allows me to get in there with her cuticle and not hurt her. So, and I can do it on a higher speed because it's a safety bit, but to make sure that I blend down on this nail in particular to get that crisp line. So you'll see me work on that for quite a bit. And we're just going to go ahead and file on the rest of the nails, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so you'll see me here shaping up the rest of the nails with the nail file. I like to make sure that she has that point because, again, that saves her from having the issue with picking the nails off. This one in particular was giving me a little trouble because I wanted to make sure it was smooth, and you see me feeling it with my thumb to make sure that there's no rough spots as well as lumps in the acrylic. And then we're going to go ahead and just continue with that. We're going to use an auburn band. I don't know how to say that. And we're going to smooth out the top edges of the nail to make sure that when I apply the top coat, then it'll allow you to adhere, the top coat to adhere. Sorry, got a little sidetracked. So let me finish up with that, and then we're going to buff the nails, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I make sure that I clean out from underneath because, like I said, she is a picker, so we want to avoid that. And then I'm going to pull in the other hand here that I completed before to give me a template, and this we're just going to go ahead and buff and make sure is smooth as well. And you can see that the first finger and the middle finger are flipped on this hand because we can do the pointy on this hand. She doesn't use it for her contact application. So I'm going to continue to do this, and then we're going to go right into nail design. we're all finished. So I'm going to spray them down again with that NOS 99 by OPI just to clean up all the dust that's collected in the cuticle area. And then we're going to start on our nail design. Here she wants gems around the smile line on the first finger and the middle finger. I'm using Star Pro's Clear Builder Gel to adhere the gems with a flat surface. And these are crystal AB gems that I purchased from AliExpress in bulk, and they're rather cheap. If you want to purchase any of those gems that give you that AB look, kind of like Swarovskis, this is the place to look. AliExpress is the best. It does take a while to ship, but it's worth the money and it's worth the wait. You get far more crystals in the bag than you would with Swarovskis at a different price. So definitely check them out. And then I'm going to cure in between each setup for 2 minutes in my UV light that I've purchased from Amazon as well. And then after that, we're going to do a top coat on all the nails, and we're going to make sure that we remove the shine and this tacky layer with 100% isopropyl alcohol. So just keep on watching if you want to see how I apply gems, and then we'll be right back. Right after this, we go ahead and cure for the 2 minutes in the UV light. This is the products we're using. It's the EzFlow Boogie Nights collection. Love it. And here's the final production. You guys have any questions? Leave them in the comments down below. And thanks for watching, and have a great day. Aloha from Hawaii.